Hi, it's Carter. I just got done jogging, so I'm here at the what we call the Truth Tree here in this beautiful, beautiful middle-class neighborhood, not far from where I live, which is a lower middle-class neighborhood, which is the way I like it. I like working people. I like working people as opposed to political. I'm gonna get it out right, grifters. But what I want to talk to you today about is the actions of one of the worst grifters of all, to destroy one of our closest, most frankly sacred allies. By now, you know, I'm talking about Biden's attack on Israel in an attempt to support Hamas and defeat Israel. Make no mistake about it. If any of you saw the article this past Tuesday or Wednesday in the New York Times, that was a plant. That was a plant. An article suggesting that maybe the best result of the October 7th war is a Hamas victory. Hamas victory, because it would help bring peace to the Mideast. It would help further the two-state solution and in the long run end hostilities between Israel and the Arab world. Well, yeah, because you would soon have no Israel, which is Biden's plan. Biden's entire track record in politics has been to betray Israel. If you read Netanyahu's autobiography, Bibi, you come away saying, God help Israel now that Biden is president. And God better help Israel once again, because Biden is president and he's betraying them at every turn. First, remember, right at the time when Israel needed to launch its attack on Rafah and finish off Hamas. Rafah, where the last battalions of Hamas were hiding behind civilians, and where they had a massive tunnel operation where their tunnel rats, Sinwar and their other, quote, leaders, had their headquarters, very elaborate tunnels. So Israel needed to go ahead with the cluster bombs, with the ground penetrating bombs, finish this thing, get it over with. They had evacuated 1 million civilians, were dropping leaflets, making announcements to other civilians, telling them where we're going to be hitting, so get into a safe place. That had never been done before in a war, but Israel did it at risk of their own soldiers. And then Biden refused to give them the weapons they needed. Totally calculated. Now we find out that Biden is also withholding the Iron Dome supplies and weaponry. Now, the Iron Dome is what protects Israel from the continual barrage of Hamas and Hezbollah missiles coming in. And so now Biden has said, well, we're not going to give you what you need to keep the Iron Dome in place. Now remember, it already has been pierced in northern Israel, where they've had to evacuate 100,000 communities. I want you to think about this for a second. 100,000 homes. Now think about it. Let me get it right, 100,000 homes. Think about if you had hit that in the United States, that now you had whole communities that are ghost towns because you can't defend them. And Biden makes it even worse now by taking away the weaponry you need to defend anywhere in Israel. Giving it, by the way, to his friend, the dictator of Ukraine, the grifter Zelensky. Keep in mind, Zelensky is no longer president of Ukraine. The election was supposed to be in March. He called it off so that he could just assume dictatorial powers. And frankly, make more payoffs to people like the big guy, Biden, and other politicians, and military industrial contractors who I can assure you are getting nice little hefty sums, not little, big hefty sums in their Cayman Islands bank accounts, or maybe over there in Liechtenstein. A lot of places they can hide money now. So that's where we are. That's where we are. Air defense system in Ukraine, where it is totally useless. That war is over. Russia is on the move, capturing more ground every minute. Take my word, they will soon have Odessa, and then they'll say, okay, now, either we have a treaty that is in our favor, kind of like the one the Japanese signed, I think it was aboard the Missouri at the end of World War II. It's called surrender. Either we have that treaty or we take over the rest of Ukraine. Done. We take Kiev. Done. So why? And Biden knows it. And Kirby, they're lying. What a despicable, smarmy creature Kirby is, Biden's military spokesperson. Well, we're winning. We're winning. We want everybody to know that. We're winning this war. He just lies without end, as does Biden, of course, all in order to pad their pockets. Try to destroy Russia, because Russia, quite frankly, has the Judeo-Christian ethics we used to have here, and the the gay mafia at the State Department kind of really hates that. Well, listen to Larry Johnson's analysis, that former top CIA operative. But that's where we are, and who's paying the big price is Israel. So get on the phone, talk to your congressman, Democrat or Republican, say, I'm sick of it. That's our ally. Give them the weapons they need to win this war and get it over with. That's how you're going to have peace in the Mideast. That's what we were on the way to when Trump was president, the Abraham Accords, before the October 7th invasion and massacre. So let's let the right side win, despite all of Biden's efforts. And the way to do that is call your congressman and say, I will absolutely vote against you unless you step up to the plate and fight for giving Israel anything it needs to win this war. Let's do this thing.